Fighting between government forces and armed groups allied to southern Sudan has raised tensions as the South prepares to declare its independence on July 9th.
Anyone can carry a gun and go around killing, petrifying and destroying other people's lives, making them homeless and displaced. Then a few days later, this person comes out and claims that he's just a regular citizen. But he's definitely not just a citizen. He's a criminal, and he will continue to be one. He will be brought to justice. We recommend our armed forces to continue their military operations in South Kordofan until a cleansing of the region is done, like they did in Abyei.
Suliman Baldo is with us now from New York, the Africa Director for the International Center for Transitional Justice, a body that helps address the legacy of human rights abuses. Thanks for your time. I know it's late over there in New York at the moment. What do you think President Al Bashir is doing here? He knows how tense the situation is already. Independence is coming up in about a week's time, and he's saying keep up the military action.
Well, South Kordofan is squarely in northern Sudan. But because of affinities between the population and the population in South Sudan, the people of the Nuba Mountains, Africans who are mostly Muslim and followers of other religions, fought the war on the side of South Sudan. President Bashir is trying to show force, a demonstration of force to say that with the South independence, there is no room for, or tolerance for dissent or for claims of more sharing power within northern Sudan. And that's why he is cracking down militarily in South Kordofan.
What are your predictions, if I can use that word, for what will happen post-independence in South Sudan? We talk about all the tension at the moment. Do you think it would spill over into anything come that time?
Well, I don't expect that there will be full-fledged war between North Sudan and South Sudan. The two parties are just not well equipped for it, and there is too much international scrutiny for that to happen. However, there will be this form of war, which is war by proxy. Government of Khartoum has refined that expertise. It relies on militias that are ethnically recruited to attack armed groups that challenge the authority of the central government or who claim more share in power, more recognition of their cultural and ethnic diversity within a broader Sudan. And this is precisely what's happening, say, in Darfur or here in South Kordofan. And I expect it will also extend to South Blue Nile as well.
And it all contradicts what we heard before the referendum, when we heard President Bashir say he would respect the results, whatever the South decided it wanted to do, and we all knew the South was going to go for independence, or it looked that way, and that's what happened. And this is just all contradiction now.
Not exactly a contradiction, because there are several issues that the independence of South Sudan have not settled, and there are very tense negotiations that are taking place now, such as the demarcation of the border between North and South and the new states of South Sudan. Also, the question of sharing of revenue from oil and other natural resources along this border. Khartoum is trying to strengthen its negotiating position in Addis Ababa, where these negotiations are taking place with the facilitation of the African Union, by showing, this position of military extremism in the Nuba Mountains. Sadly, it's the civilian population that are the targets of Khartoum Air Force and artillery and army that are deployed with thousands of vehicles and fighters in South Kordofan at this time.
Suliman Baldo with us from New York, talking Sudan. A week till independence in South Sudan. We're watching that one closely. Thank you.